Alright, welcome back to the final league race of FTRL for this season, round number 15 at the Mexico Grand Prix for full qualifying. So, here's the initial thing was, look, see there, 20 plus minutes for rain, basically. I thought, okay, we should be good in Q1 then, and then Q2 then is when the rain will come. No, this ended up not being the case. So, I wanted to sit here for a while because I wanted to wait until it was the right time to go out and not spend too many tires or whatever the case may be. But here's the setup. It's similar to what we ran before. So, in fact, it's exactly the same what we ran before. So, yeah, like obviously I think there's like 17 drivers here or 16 drivers, which means only one is getting knocked out in Q1. So I just wanted to let the track evolve a bit as other drivers got laps in and such, and then do a lap and then be done with it nice and simple. But before we do that though, hold on. Before we get into this is a massive qualifying session because Mercedes and Renault are locked at the top of the standings for the constructor. So it all comes down to this race. Me and Tom versus Dutch and Funky Chicken. So, yeah, very much I knew and we knew what was going to go down this race and what was at stake. Believe me, we knew. So, this is where it's at. We have to try to outscore Mercedes and we win the constructors. Now, I wasn't very optimistic about this because Dutch is on flying form. Funky Chicken's had some good results recently and I have not, and Tom's had ups and downs as well. So, Q1, though, you can see it's actually raining. So this did not go according to plan. But I did get a decent lap in nevertheless, considering the fact that the conditions were changing. A 14.5, which was good enough to get us well clear of the drop zone there. So there is the result. So poor old Kevin was demoted in the end in Q1. So yeah, there we go. So we got through to Q1, or sorry, through to Q2, where intermediate conditions very much came into the fray. I thought I put in some good lap times here, to be fair, but just nothing that was quite good enough to really get the job done. So move up to 12th place there. So we're knocked out in Q2. And that's a shame because I thought the pace was there to get through to Q3 in dry conditions. So I'm a little bit upset about that. It's P12 then on the road for the race. So that's... My teammate got himself to the top 10 though, but the two Mercedes in the top 10. Here's the results for Q3. Tom's in 8th, Dutch is in 2nd, Chicken is in 5th. So not looking great in qualifying for us to be able to get this job done. But look, I was optimistic in the race that I had good pace. I'm not going to get any penalties, I don't think. And I think we can kick on from here. So initially I was going to go soft, but then I got word that most of the top 10 started on mediums. So I decided to pivot. Now, I had gone with the...
What are you going?
I think I had gone balanced. So I think I had 2 sets of mediums available to me. Or had I gone soft? I actually can't even remember, to be honest. But this is important for later. But I think I actually went soft. I think I went softer, to be fair. I think I did go softer. So I had only 1 set of mediums for the race. In reality... Well, hold on, let me check.
I'll probably say yeah.
I actually don't know. I just checked. I couldn't find it. So I think I did. I think I did softer, but and I got 1 set of mediums. And then I quickly last minute changed to mediums to start the race because most people were starting on mediums. I thought, okay, well, may as well go with this direction then. 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a good start compared to Dark Bolt. Initially, he had a better second phase, and he's gone immediately. No, I think he just lost the back end. He was on the hards. I think his hards just basically did what mine basically did initially, and they just said nope. So nice line hanging into turn 1, just behind Sway here. I've got Dan on my outside. He's on softs, so I know he's going to be a little bit quicker to start things here. He's going to have better traction coming out of that corner, so he's going to try and get that done. I'm going to decide. I decided not to fight this. I could have gone into overtake and gone for it, but inside line opened up, so I went down there, but it wasn't intended to overtake. And a little brush against his tyre. But generally speaking, we made up a few spots there, so not too bad. We're in 10th place. It's going to settle in now to this 36 lap race, and we'll go from there. So moving on then to lap number... No, we're going to stay with this lap actually. So you negotiate through because Joe's giving the pressure behind on softs. And you can see already, the I think the softs to mediums is about, is it 7, 8, 10, something like that? I think it's something like that. I don't think it was 1 point something seconds. It might be, but I don't think it was. Anyways, we're going to try and get through here. Lap 1 is completed, but then Joe then is going to go down the inside here. I didn't fight this because he's on soft, so he's on a different strategy. So, yeah, let him go, and he'll kick on, and maybe we could get dragged within his DRS or something. So Dark and Adam are the ones I want to really stay ahead of, and Kevin's there in the mix too. I think Kevin ended up dropping away though. I think he ended up retiring quite early. Did Kevin? So lap number 3. I think that's my first warning. It was a very silly warning, but yeah, there goes Kevin there now. So. But Dark Bolt's now behind me, and DRS is now enabled, of course, so I've got it, but I'm going to try and see if I can defend. I'm not going to use a ton of ERS to try and defend this, because ERS is difficult to manage around here. So Bolt's going to go to the outside, and he's much later on the brakes. He locks up, but able to get that move done, and then cuts the corner to get that move done as well. So he gets through then, and he has DRS as well heading down the straight. So he's going to get that move done. And see, Adam's 1.5 seconds behind. I expected Adam to catch up quite quickly here because he is quicker. But thankfully, what the key here was I stayed within DRS of Bolt. And Adam, you see there, this is lap 15. He's 5 seconds back nearly. So it's just how it shows you how powerful the DRS can be. Now, again, this is a good track for me. But even still, there goes Bolt. He has a big wide move. I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, off he goes. We move up a place. Now, a lot of people have pitted. So we're going to go medium, soft, soft is the strategy we're going to go for here. To be fair now, not for spoilers, but there's a safety car coming. And even if I had started on softs and pitted onto mediums, the dilemma as we're about to face would have been exactly the same. So just to point that out when we get to it, in case I don't have a lot of time to explain it. Ox, who's leading the race, he's going to go back through on his medium compound tyres. So, but we're in second place, and Tico and Dutch are to come as well here. And I think Sway is as well. I think, anyways. I can't remember. Not sure if he had to pit or not. Anyways, moving on then to lap number 16. So Dutch is already caught up here. So I'm going to let... Well, I'm not going to let him. He's going to overtake me. And then into the stadium section. Dutch is right behind as well. Now, this was a dive and a half, I'm not going to lie. Because and then I almost get pinched on the apex there, on the eggs. Like, where am I supposed to go in that situation? He left me 0 space, so I wasn't very happy about that. Because if he just waited 4 seconds, he would have been able to overtake me. But anyways, or I could box. Anyways, into the pits we come onto soft compound tire. So I was looking forward to a soft stint and looking forward to making the time up back on this. Again, it's so important to be on that soft tire to end the race. So we're going to come out in front of Adam there. So it's 4 seconds behind. So lots of penalties emerging now. So we're in a good spot this race, really. And lap 17, Dark Bull retires through the slingshot section. The safety car is deployed. And here we go. So I wanted the safety car to close up the gap. So happy about that. Now, the strategy would have been from here, if you were on softs, to pit onto mediums to go to the end of the race. I was confident that because I had 2 fresh set of softs, that because I was basically at the beginning of this stint on softs, I could be able to push on and then pit and then catch back up again on the fresh set of softs compared to people going mediums to the end. This is the idea in theory, and I think in theory it made sense. But you'll see how that gets on a little later on. But that's where we are. So we're in a good spot, 8th place with no pens. Again, got to make a stop. I know Chicken, I think he's going to the end of the race. Tom, I don't think I had any other. I felt confident I could do the 2-stop and make that work from here, but I don't think I have another set of mediums. I didn't think I did. Anyway, Sway's made contact with Dutch in front, which gives Dutch a 5-second penalty, and Sway's got wing damage, so he's going to pit at the end of this lap to repair that damage. So that's unfortunate for him. And yes, lots of penalties in front there. So my reactions here were very poor. Like I was limited a little bit because I was trying to go flat and the game wouldn't let me. But I definitely could have been a bit closer to Ox and the such heading out of here. This was not great on my part. So Chicken then is going to try. I knew I'm fighting Mercedes. I'm like, I can't give this position away like this. So use a bit more energy than I probably wanted to heading off of the restart, but I need to do it because I think Chicken's going to go to the end, and I'm going to try and make that gap back up. So he's got 6 seconds worth of pens. Lap 22. I'm trying to push on here on my sauce, but it's difficult because what I didn't realize or kind of didn't account for was that as I'm trying to defend from Chicken while also trying to overtake Dan. What I couldn't have accounted for was that the DRS just basically pulled everyone along, so it didn't matter. Like that same separation you weren't going to get at this phase of the race that you were at the first bit. So as we defend from Chicken very nicely on the outside there of turn 2, very nicely indeed. So that was the thing. Like the separation wasn't really there apart from the front guys. Everyone else just pulled each other along with DRS. Like so. If I had known that, I would have maybe tried and gone for the, whatever mediums if I had any, or hards or whatever to go to the end of the race. Here's a move coming on Dan, so he's going to go to the end of the race here as well. So again, I felt optimistic that with a fresh set of softs and no penalties, that I could end up making everything that I lose basically from a pit stop back. And it's not the longest pit lane in the world here either. So I did feel confident about that fact. So that's why I was more confident to go for this. Lap 26, both me and Dylan come in. Dylan was struggling quite a bit. So that releases Funky Chicken. It releases my teammates to get to work. As the tyres weren't too bad, to be fair. I really didn't want to waste though the last stint. So anyways, Dan paid the lap before actually onto soft, so he did actually have to stop again, and he ends up jumping. So that's not great, and he's within DRS of Dylan as well. So I'm not sure how I lost so much time in the pit stops compared to Dylan there, but anyways, Dan's going to basically be pulled along by DRS. I'm outside of it, so I'm not able to match this pace. If I had, maybe things would have changed a bit. Lap 30, though, we are closing up to the gap, though. We are closing up to the guys who didn't pit or are going to the end. Not as much as I would wanted, though, but Dylan there spins away there, so that's a 1 position gain. So you see Dutch, he's 5 seconds up the road. Dan Mars, 2 seconds up the road as well. So, trying to kick on here. Lap 35, this is heading on to the last lap of the race. Again, look, the main crowd, look, you see my teammate on the main straight there. You can see Chicken there on the road as well. Chicken's actually, I think, in second on track. So we were ahead of him. So it kind of shows you where strategy was at if you were able to pit. By the way, this was an unacceptable amount of weeding, by the way. I just want to point that out. That is absolutely, there's zero need for that. Absolutely none. I'm not sure in what degree that is acceptable, but anyways, Uncle Ben's Rice had a poor run out of that turn, so it's going to be easy just pickings in the end. But I'm trying to push on here because only until I realised when I overtook Uncle Ben's Rice, I was in the 6-second window of Dutch, and I'm thinking, holy shit, he's actually right there for the taking. I could finish ahead of him. So I'm going to try and push for everything now because I once thought this Constructors was gone. Like I thought it had slipped away after qualifying. I thought it was done after I wasn't making the progress I would have wanted to on the softs at this last stint. I thought it was done. So here we go. Chicken's in on the road as well. I thought it was done. Anyways, Ox wins the race, so well done to him. So we come across the line. How many positions can we gain here because of no penalties? We are going to gain 2 places, and we missed out by like 2/10 to Adam, so that's unfortunate. But see, Chicken was 5 seconds up the road, but it does mean that my teammate did jump a number of drivers, including Chicken. So he finished ahead of Chicken. I finished ahead of Dutch, which means Renault are Constructors champions, and I was absolutely delighted to get that because I didn't expect a heading in because I thought Mercedes was going to be too much, but Dutch had an almighty bottle of a race to finish there in 9th place from second. I know he had an unfair 5-second penalty, but still, the track penalties really came into effect as well. So I think even without Dutch not finishing, I think if Dutch had finished ahead of me, I'm still not sure if that would have secured us the title or not. But anyways, I don't have to think about it. So thankfully that is it. That's done. That is done. We are Constructors champions. For not winning a single race all season for Renault, that is an absolutely unbelievable achievement. I waited for this video as long as I could because I wanted to see if the bloody Constructors or if the standings were out a week after the season is finished, but sadly not. So I was like, I don't want to wait on this any longer. I'm just going to make it, and you'll have to take my word that we won the Constructors because we did. But I was like, I can't. I just want F1 2020 to be done with now. So I decided, I just wanted to just make this and get it over with. And yeah, there we go. That's it for F1 2020 with FTRL. It's been fun. I might make a reflection video or something, or highlights or something. I don't know. We'll have to see how we get on. But anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching this season, and until next time.